Each and every show here in Man Hour Nation, we start with the Daily Rant. And today, my Daily Rant is going to go to the NCAA. Actually, it's not the NCAA. It's Mr. Coach Prime himself, Mr. Deion Sanders, coach of Jackson State. Before we get too carried away, let me play you guys this little clip, and then I'm going to dive in on it. Give me 1 second here. Let's push the play button, baby.
Let me explain. See, with the NILs, which really ain't NIL because there ain't no name, image, and likeness. It's just pay-per-view right now. That's what they doing to the big boys. Little boys, we can't compete with that. But anyway, you got a problem. See, when you start paying athletes like they're professionals, you get athletes acting like they're professionals.
Which they should.
You don't have staffs large enough and equipped enough
Your
to
fault.
handle a young man with money. Let me go deeper. Handle a young man that's making more money than some of the coaches on staff. You got a real problem. So I suggest to you to allow college teams to hire more qualified men, qualified, that could handle these young men that's getting this money. NCAA.
All right, so my daily rant this morning is going to go about Mr. Coach Prime here. So basically, he is bitching, moaning, and complaining that he cannot, quote, compete with the big boys. He cannot pay his players like, quote, what the big boys do, i.e. Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, etc., right? And they're not really doing an NIA deal. They are not using their name, image, and likeness. The boosters at those big colleges are just paying them money, saying, hey, come here, we'll give you $1 million. Okay. First things first, Coach Prime, you're from Florida State. You are paid to play. Let's just be flat honest. There's no hiding it. This has been a big thing since what's his face got a car from SMU, right? Was it Herschel Walker? No, it wasn't Herschel Walker. I can't even really remember who it was. Since the player got to SMU and the SMU got the death sentence, right? So when you say, listen here, NBA suggests, or here NCAA, let me suggest to you guys, allow me to hire more qualified people. What is stopping you, Coach Prime, from hiring more qualified people? There is no rule in the NCAA saying that you can only have 20 coaches on staff. There is no rule saying that you have to have a minimum of 5 PPP people. There is no rule saying that you cannot have this person, and this person. Those major universities that you're speaking of that are paying these players to play, right? These people have social media people that are out there monitoring somebody's social media every day. These colleges have financial assistant people like, hey, don't go blow your money on all this blow. Hey, invest it, do this, do this. What is stopping you, Mr. Coach Prime, in hiring some of those people? Are you saying that Jackson State doesn't have the money to do so? Just come out and say it then. Just come out and say that Jackson State is paying me too much damn money to hire anybody else. Okay, like that is what it comes down to in the end. But for you to try to throw all these big name schools underneath the bus, this was the reason why you wanted to go to Alabama, why you wanted to go to LSU, Ohio State, Michigan State, USC, etc. This is why you went to Florida State, my man. It is because you got an opportunity to be on TV, you had an opportunity to show out for the scouts even more, and you had an opportunity to make yourself a pretty good living. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, did you make a pretty good living in the NFL? Would you have made this type of living if you would have went to Jackson State? Probably not. Let's just be flat honest. Probably not. How many Jackson State people are in the NFL right now? Off the top of my head, I cannot think of any. I don't think Jackson State has ever had an NFL player. Florida State, just from Deion's class alone, had like 13 players in the NFL. Why did they go there? For their name, for the images and the likenesses of the college. You, Coach Prime, used the name, image, and likeness of Florida State to catapult your career. Jackson State doesn't have that. Just face it. If you are going to bitch, moan, and complain about you not being able to compete with the big boys, leave. Jackson State was there before you came and put them in the limelight. They're probably making hand over fist just because of your name, image, and likeness right now, Coach Prime. Like, yes, I see all your players all on TikTok and everything else and making a little bit of coin, But for you to say that the NCAA is basically stopping you from hiring quality people on your staff, complete blasphemy at the end of the day. Complete blasphemy. Do you guys want to hear that clip one more time? Let me play for you one more time. Listen to what the man's saying. He is bitching, moaning, and crying because he can't afford it.
You got a little problem. Let me explain. See, with the NILs, which really ain't NIL because there ain't no name, image, and likeness, it's just pay-per-view right now. That's what they doing to the big boys. Little boys, we can't compete with that, but anyway.
So right there, stop. He cannot compete with the big boys because the big boys have more money. Hasn't the way that has always been? It has always been. Why has Alabama consistently gone into Florida, gone into Ohio, and gotten the big names? Because they have the money to go into those states to recruit, to scout, to give them clothing, bring down their families, give them a nice dinner, give them a nice tour. Nothing has changed.
You got a problem.
No, they don't.
See, when you start paying athletes like they're professionals.
Okay, so another pause. When you pay the players, you expect them to be professionals. You as a coaching staff, you as a staff, you as a college have the right to treat them like a professional. Who was the volleyball coach that literally cut her whole team because they were not living up to the expectations of her? She's like, hey, you guys are making some coin. You guys aren't performing. Get out of here. Why can't you do the same?
You get athletes acting like they're professionals. And
which they should.
Staffs large enough and equipped enough to handle a young man with money.
Like I said, hire them.
Go deeper. Handle a young man that's making more money than some of the coaches on staff. You got a real problem. So I suggest to you to allow college teams to hire more qualified men.
Nobody's stopping you.
Qualified that could handle these young men that's getting this money.
That's it, guys. That is all I got about that. Man Hour Nation, cue that intro.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhashi here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com, guys. Check out the merchandise page. Check out the blog section. Check out all the good stuff that is happening over there at manhourradio.com. I have been working very, very hard on the website. My blog writers over there have been doing great work all over there. They are dropping 3 articles a week between the 14 of them. So you do the math. What's that? That's 28 plus another. Guys, we're looking at like 42 articles a week over there, guys. It is popping. It is hopping. They're doing great things, and I'm super proud of those guys. And they are looking to get Man Hour to exceed just as much as all of us right here on YouTube.com want us to succeed and basically make that leap into the next platform, right? So, guys, this episode I'm flying solo. Wyatt is heading back to the good old state of Indiana tonight, so he will be not on tonight. Combs is watching hockey. No, I think he's coaching hockey actually. And then, of course, his daughter has a volleyball game as well. But I see Rule the Jungle jumping in like in the chat there. He simply just says, damn. Yeah, so Rule the Jungle, I'm pretty sure I know who you are. I got the privilege of coaching you for, 2 years or so, like over there. And you know my stance on the whole NIL thing. Like, I mean, I definitely support it. And if you want to make some coin, you want to go to these big schools at the end of the day. So Deion Sanders, stop your bitch and stop your moaning. If you can't compete, just say it. Like, hey, I can't afford to pay these guys. Just come out and say it. Hell, you've already stole one recruit and you from Florida State, I think, and you paid him like $1 million. Well, you didn't pay him, right? But whatever. So guys, this episode is brought to you by the Man Hour Tumbler. Head over to manhourradio.com. Click on the merchandise page. The black ones are in with the new logo. Does your wife consistently bitch and moan about how much alcohol you drink? Put it in the Man Hour Tumbler. It holds 2 cans of beer, so that's 24 ounces. And she'll never know. She'll never know. It's got a nice little slidey lid there, so it keeps it nice and cold. It's just like the Yeti, but better because it has the Man Hour on it, baby. Anyways, got a good show for you guys coming up. We have Way or No Way coming up. Or no, is it Way or No Way? Yeah, Way or No Way is coming up here in just a few minutes. We're going to break down the AFC East. That's the Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, the New York Jets, and of course the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins have made some huge offseason moves. The Buffalo Bills nailed the draft. The Patriots are scratching their head about the draft, and the Jets are the Jets like at this point. So we get a chance to break down all of those 4 teams there. We've already broken down the NFC West, the AFC West. If you guys missed that, head over to youtube.com/manhour. Check out the clips there up there. Of course, you can also find this in podcast form on iTunes and iHeartRadio and, of course, Spotify. If you like a particular team, simply go to NFL Talk / and the team name, full team names so for example, NFL Talk / San Francisco 49ers, bada bing, bada boom. All of our clips from the 49ers will be right there. It has the Man Hour logo in 49ers colors or whatever your team color is, and magic will happen. Magic will come to your ear holes through your Bluetooth audio device or your radio or your headphones, your cell phone or whatever. Or hell, just play it at work. Just put it on loop. You know, you walk away, it just keeps playing all day long, and bada bing, bada boom, it is there. Or you can just go to the website, manhourradio.com. Click on your team name, and the clips are uploaded right there, Spotify and YouTube. So, without further ado, let's get into the infamous Way or No Way. Here it is. No way. Yes way. So the first Way or No Way, this is going to be a AFC East heavy Way or No Way, because we're talking break the AFC all night tonight. So Way or No Way, Buck, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Wow. So we did. I'm getting ready to release my top 10 quarterbacks in each league, and then obviously in the NFL as well. Josh Allen right now is a man among men, right? He is definitely single-handedly carrying the Buffalo Bills. He is putting them on his back. He says, Bills, Mafia, hold my beer, jump through that table, put some ketchup on it, and let me do my thing. So, I mean, Josh Allen is really, really damn good. The Buffalo Bills have a really, really damn good team. What they went 13-4 last season, if I'm not mistaken. My stats are still loading here, but they did finish first in the season. Josh Allen threw for 4,400 yards last season, 63%, 6.8 average, 61 was his longest, 36 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. That is the key number there. 36 touchdowns to 50 interceptions, so almost a 2-to-1 ratio touchdown to interception. That is my only scratching the head point for Josh Allen, is he seems to throw a lot of interceptions, and as they definitely did not cost the team last year. We saw with Patrick Mahomes that, you know, he what was his 3rd year in the league, he threw the ball around a lot and got lucky a lot. I feel Josh Allen got lucky a lot last year by throwing a lot of those balls up, and then Patrick Mahomes flash forward to the next year, the first 6-7 weeks of the season, those 50-50 balls that went his way and ultimately ended up going the other way. So I'm curious to see if that Patrick Mahomes effect will take over to Josh Allen this year. But to correctly answer your question without waffling around, 4,400 yards. They did lose in the divisional round to the Chiefs last year. So to say that he is the best quarterback in the league, that is not a stretch. Definitely top 5. Definitely top 5 in the AFC as well. Top 3 probably as well. So I'm going to go with Way. I'm going to say Josh Allen is the best quarterback, definitely in the AFC, if not the NFL. Yes, Way, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. No more waffling around, baby. Answer's there.
No way. Yes way.
Man Hour, guys, a way or no way is brought to you by Man Hour Tumbler. Get that Tumbler, manhourradio.com. Click on the merch page, $19.99. You won't go wrong. Holds 24 ounces of beer, but only 20 ounces of like Coke, which is weird, right? So it holds 24 ounces of beer, but only 20 ounces of like Coke. So basically, you can have 2 shots of vodka with Coke in there and be filled up to the brim. Be perfect. Anyways, the next way or no way, AFC East division here. Miami Dolphins will be the biggest bust of the 2022 season. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is definitely a way. The Miami Dolphins are doomed for failure before the season even starts. I have not, like, I have looked at their schedule, but I don't have it in front of me right now. But this team, many people are saying Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl because they signed this person. They're picking up all the Chiefs' sloppy seconds, right? Tyreek Hill, Ingram's there now, right? They have Tua, J.A. Waddle, brand new head coach. Miami Dolphins, guys, I get it. I like the hype. If I was a Dolphins fan, I would be hyped as well. But Tyreek Hill was a top 5 receiver in the league because of Patrick Mahomes. Not because of his talent, it's because of Patrick Mahomes. We are going to see the same thing with Davante Adams. Davante Adams was a top receiver in the NFL because of Aaron Rodgers, right? The only receiver that I have seen in recent memory that is just as good on the team that he was and he either improved or got or like about the same, that is DeAndre Hopkins. And like even then he took a step or two back. So when a receiver goes to a new team, brand new quarterback, it takes time to get that chemistry in line. It takes time to figure out how fast Tyreek Hill is. It takes time for how bad Tua is, how bad he can underthrow Tyreek Hill over and over and over. And then they had a stable of running backs. What are they going to do with those 9 running backs that they have back there? Nobody knows. Are they going to run the ball and like not even use Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all that speed on the outside? Because let's be honest, they probably can't. Tua can only hand the ball off in the end. So, the Miami Dolphins will be the biggest bust of 2022 because of all the hype that they are surrounding them. I have read more articles and watched more videos of Miami Dolphins fans saying that they're winning the Super Bowl than I like to admit. This team is probably not even going to make the playoffs. They probably won't even have a winning record this season. I'm not going to give a spoiler alert, but let's just say it's probably not going to happen.
No way. Yes way.
I see my man Alpha Rob jumping in the chat. What's up, Alpha Rob? He says, Buck is smartening up. Yeah, I am buying into your Josh Allen hype train there, Alpha Rob. 100%. I am sold that Josh Allen is the man among men right now in the NFL. Hell, definitely in the AFC. Better than Herbert, than Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, everybody like in there. The only thing that I really question is he better than Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady in the end? And if you guys have been listening to the Man Hour, I said Aaron Rodgers is the most overrated quarterback going into the NFL season. So obviously he's better than that, right? So he definitely is. And then he says Tua is trash. My man. I love the emphasis of the word trash. We have a lot of trash quarterbacks in the league, Lamar Jackson being one of them. And Tua is definitely getting up there. Tua is a one-read quarterback. You are absolutely 100% correct. That is why he struggled in the NCAA championship game when he was with Alabama, and he got benched, right? He got benched because he was a run-read quarterback, and they're playing Georgia that year. Was it Georgia? And they were eating him alive, right? So I forget who the quarterback that came in and replaced him. Who was that quarterback? Can't remember his name now. Anyways, that's why he transferred to Oklahoma. That's why Oklahoma fluttered out at the end, because people learned he's a one-read quarterback. You are absolutely right, Apple Rob. All right, so the next one. AFC East Division, way or no way? Way or no way, Buck? The Jets' seasons will be over by week 7. Wow, so you are wanting me to jump like 30 minutes ahead in the show and tell you that the Jets season is going to be done by week 7. Let's just see how their season is starting out. Week 1, they're at home versus the Baltimore Ravens. Week 2, they're on the road versus the Cleveland Browns. Week 3, they're at home versus the the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow, AFC North. Yeah, that's a barn burn. Oh, they play another AFC North. First 4 weeks, all AFC North teams. They travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Week 5, they're back home taking on the Miami Dolphins, the most overrated team in the NFL. Week 6, they're on the road playing at Lambeau, taking on the Packers. And Week 7, they're on the road taking on the Denver Broncos at Mile High. And if you want to go even further, Week 8, they're at home versus the Patriots. Week 9, they're at home versus the Buffalo Bills. So to say that their season will be done by Week 7, let's take it one step further. Let's say by Week 10, that takes them into the bye week. That gives them 9 games. So to say realistically that their game is over or their season's over by week 10, by the bye week, we're probably looking at 1 to 2 wins, right? Maybe 3 tops. Because if you, like, let's say you are 3-7 going into week 11, you are going to have to win out to have any type of regenerable shot to win 10 games. And I feel like you're going to have 10 games to make it into the playoffs in the AFC. So with that being said, not to give any spoilers whatsoever, but let's see here. Yeah, the Jets seasons will be over by week 10. They will not have 3 wins by week 10. And I think like that 3-win mark by week 10 is kind of the make or break season, right? That is the tipping point of the season. Hey, do we have three wins in 10 games? Like, what's going to happen? No, they will not. They will not. Unfortunately, Jets fans, you are still rebuilding. Now, I do like what is going on in New York. I like the offensive line that they drafted. Zach Wilson, we got to know way or no way coming up about him next. Their defense might be sneaky good. I don't know. I have to really dig deeper into it. But yeah, their season's over by week 10. I mean, shoot, Alpha Rob says the Jet season will be over by Halloween. So first game of the year is first week of September, isn't it? So that's 8 weeks. So yeah, I mean, Alpha Rob, we are right about the same point. Yeah, I mean, I think Halloween they play the Buffalo Bills, and yeah, that will definitely end your season quick, right? And like another perfect game by Josh Allen in the cold and Halloween night. Yeah, Jets are going to be bad this year, unfortunately. But I do have them maybe getting hot later in the season. So moving on.
No way. Yes way.
Do you guys ever get like a strand or stray weird like beard hair that kind of just like pokes in your mouth? And like I've been trying to grow out my beard, and I'm at that point where like it's just ugly, and I get this one hair right there. I just like it just keeps curling into my mouth, and I want to like pull it out, but I know it's gonna hurt and be weird on camera to like watch it. Like fuck it, let's just go for it. Oh yeah, did I get it? No, it's still and then I pull the wrong one. That's fucking dumb. There you go. I got it. Oh my god, that hurts so bad. That right there on the side of your mouth, like there, like your face is like so weird. So like the worst place to get a zit is like right underneath your nose, like right there. And you're trying to pop it, and then like other blackheads pop, but the white one's still there. Your eyes are all tearing, like oh my god, that hurt. Pulling hair like off the side of your mouth, that hurts as well. Like I don't understand how girls like pluck their face and like eyebrows and crap. That stuff hurts bad. Like get out of there. But yeah, and then and then like the wax that gets like on the top of your ear, because you don't always like, you know, take the Q-tip and go on the top and then like go in the bottom. Like I just go like straight in, right? And then sometimes I forget the wax it up. Man, this is going to piss me off. Get out of there. Oh my god, that hurt. But all right, it's one more in there. Like I feel like every time I pull it, like it just curls another one. What the hell? I'm going to have to shave, boys. I'm going to have to shave. Oh my god. Get out of there. Did I finally get it? Okay. Maybe we can move on. Man, sorry guys, back to self grooming on on Man Hour tonight. I think I need to be sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. If Dollar Shave Club sponsors, I'll be clean shave every day, man. There's honestly some. Oh my god, it's still there. Ugh. It's irritating as hell, man. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm 35 years old, right? I'm getting hair in my ears and my nose, and Cindy said I got a corkscrew eyebrow. Man, I'm gonna have to start maintaining. Alpha Rob says you got to go trim that buck. Yeah, my beard's getting nasty. But I want to grow like that mountain man beard that hangs down to like my chest there. I think that'd be cool when you like have like randomly like pull out like a fry. Like, oh, that's awesome, right? No, anyway. Anyways, moving on. Way or no way, Zach Wilson will be the most improved player this year. The most improved second-year player this year. So I actually saw something about this on the old interwebs, and like they had a poll going like, who will make the most leaps and bounds year number 2 of that quarterback class is going to be Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, or Zach, right? And obviously, I think obviously Mac Jones had a very successful season, right? As a rookie leading a Patriots team that many people thought they were just going to be trash, right? And they led them to the playoffs. Yes, they got their ass whooped in the playoffs, and yeah, it happens. But for Mac Jones to be the most improved, it's kind of like a Super Bowl or bust type of thing. So that automatically nixes Mac Jones. Trey Lance isn't even going to start this season. He didn't even start last year. So it kind of brings it down to Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson. So Zach Wilson had 2,300 yards last season, 9 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. He also only played 13 games, so he was injured. He hurt his neck, wasn't it? I think a neck or shoulder. I can't remember for sure, but he was out 4 or 5 games last season. And good old that was when Mike White came in and was lighting it up, and people were like, "Oh, Mike White's a dude, right? Mike White." But yeah, I'm gonna go with no way on this. Zach Wilson will not be the most improved quarterback from this class in year 2, simply because the Jets aren't there yet. The Jets don't have the people around him for him to be a 4,500-yard passer, to throw for 30 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, right? They don't have that team around him yet. Yes, they are building it. Yes, they got Elijah Moore. That is good. Michael Carter, right? And you had that veteran quarterback in Joe Flacco teaching him the ways, right? So he has the pieces around him, but they're not there yet. So no way Zach Wilson will be the most improved quarterback going into year 2. The most improved quarterback is going to be Trevor Lawrence. I think the Jaguars are going to kind of be that sneaky good team. They're going to sneak up on a lot of teams, and they could easily get 7, 8, 9 wins this season. And when you go from 1 loss to 8 or 9, that means Trevor Lawrence is doing well. That means the coaching staff is doing well. That means that the receiving corps, that Christian Kirk, right, they are doing well. So I think the most improved will be Trevor Lawrence. So the answer to that question is no way. Zach Wilson will not be the most improved.
No way. Yes way.
Alpha Rob says, you got to trim that buck. Don't eat anything. I'm not talking about food. Don't eat anything, and I'm not talking about food. All right. I do like parting the Red Sea, man. So I'm just putting it out there. Parting the Red Sea and Buck Nasty kind of go hand in hand. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. Anyways, guys, we are up against the first break here on the Man Hour. On the other side of the break, we're going to break down the Buffalo Bills. That's exactly where we are going to start. We're going to start with the AFC East champions and the Buffalo Bills. We're going to see how they're going to do in 2022 NFL season. And then we're going to go Patriots, and then go to Dolphins, and then we're going to end it up with the Jets. Quite arguably one of the worst seeds worst teams in the NFL. The Jets, Dolphins, or Pats are the reason why the Bills get the number 1 seed. We will see. We will see, Alpha Rob. We will see. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this lovely break from TSS Fantasy.
Hey, gang, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people. That means we give the people what they want. Expert fantasy advice, leading medical and legal analysis, free contests, and innovative games to keep you entertained. Watch us live with the Tiki Live app on the Belly Up Sports channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all social media platforms. Visit TSSFantasy.com today for all the latest updates from the fantasy show of the people. We put the fun in fantasy.
Mayo over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Okay. If you drafted Julio Jones,
you got ghosted.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
TSS Fantasy, the fantasy show of the people.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout, and fame, a disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quench the thirsty, I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it, it's been chronic, since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic, go! To last with the webs I'm weaving, I can change the past with all I'm achieving, got my foot on gas, never stop competing.
And Our Nation brought to you by Brooks Roofing and Siding. Contact them at 812-868-7663 or online at brooksroofingin.com. Brooks Roofing and Siding, protection you need when nature strikes.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckheiser, along with nobody else, and I'm flying solo. I'm used to saying my man Wyatt Williams. You can follow me on the old Twitter machine at manhour_buck. But of course, guys, head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the new and improved blog section over there if you guys are interested in writing some blogs for the Man Hour. This is a paid, hired position here. Yeah, if you're interested in writing some blogs, slide into my DMs on Twitter and or Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at Mike Buckheister. So I am pretty active of trolling it like in there. So if you guys like to watch me troll and get people pissed off about anything, like I could 100% agree with them 100%, but I'm gonna tell the exact opposite just to piss them off, and that's what I do on Facebook. Me and Combs are usually banned at least once a month, so we are on that roll right now. I'm banned for another 3 days over there, so I got to make another burner account. So, but with that being said, I don't make burner accounts. I'm totally kidding. No, I'm not. I have at least 6 burner accounts on Facebook because I do consistently get banned every day. I see my man Trent Mason jumping in the chat. What's up, Trent? I am doing great, man. I hope you are staying safe out there, loading up all those airplanes. Trent, did you know that I literally work right across the street from you, man? We need to get up lunch sometime. So I'm working nights again next week. So yeah, we definitely need to hook up, Trent. Trent is my dude. So Trent was a senior my first year coaching, and I was so wet behind the ears and just like raw and uncut. Like, man, I am me, and I won't ever change. But like, I was definitely wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, right? Yeah, Trent. I work at Ford right across the street, man. So I am upstairs in the office right above the Ford sign. So yeah, you can probably see me. You could probably like say, "Hey, Buck," or like, "Hey, Trent, what's up, man?" Yeah, it'd be like it'll be awesome. Anyways, guys, it is time to break down the AFC East schedule. I give you guys way or no way. If you guys have missed that, head over to youtube.com/manhour, hit the bell icon and hit the subscribe button, and you get to see those tomorrow. I'll upload those tomorrow throughout the day. Be sure to check it out. And he says that's where my uncle works for, Jamie Watson. Is what I saw? Yeah. I'm not for sure who Jamie is. Trent, like we can talk off air, but I believe there's a Jamie Watson in the chassis office. I'm not 100% sure, but talk to me, man. We'll definitely link up and chill. But anyways, guys, let's break down the Buffalo Bills here. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills won the division last year pretty handily. They whooped the Patriots' ass in the first round of the playoffs. They played was it a near perfect or a perfect game? No punts, no fourth downs. Yeah, like no incomplete. It was a perfect game. It was a complete beatdown for the Patriots. But I do last longer than the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. I need 13 seconds, and they only needed 12 to lose that game. I need 13 to lose my stuff. So with that being said, the Buffalo Bills do start the NFL season. The season opener versus the LA Rams. They travel to LA to take the Rams. That is a loss. As you guys already know, we broke down the NFC West, and I think the Rams are going to be fairly good. They're going to be 10-5 this season. But the Buffalo Bills, there's so much hype around the first game. It's a Thursday night game. You're going to be playing late, right? It's the sun's going to be up there, so your body's going to be like, oh, I'm tired, but the sun's still up. Your body's going to be all types of whacked out. They're going to be Super Bowl celebration, everything, right? There's going to be so much hype around the Rams. So I just don't think the Buffalo Bills can really hang with that. Then we flash over to Monday night game. They play the Titans. The Titans welcome to town. That is a complete beatdown. King Henry becomes the Queen Henry that I've been saying that he is going to become. Ryan Tannehill throws like 6 interceptions that game. The Buffalo Bills come out firing on all cylinders. Well, it would not surprise me. It's a 56-12 game. It is going to be completely ugly. Week 3, they travel to Miami. That is another beatdown. But this is a game week 4. So obviously the AFC East is playing all the AFC North games, and the AFC North might be one of the most competitive divisions this season, hands down. The Ravens were last place last season. Sorry there, Trent. Your boy Lamar Jackson just isn't a very good quarterback. But the Buffalo, there are always games where teams just kind of forget to show up, right? They're overlooking the said game, right? And with that being said, the Buffalo Bills will be overlooking these next 2 games for an opponent, a Week 6 of Kansas City Chiefs. So they're going to be overlooking the Baltimore Ravens, and they are going to lose a 16-13 game. Justin Tucker's going to kick another 67-yard field goal that bounces off the upright six times when the clock has been expired for 3 seconds, and we're going to hear it up in arms. Bill fans will be so pissed off, right? But they're going to lose that game, 16-13. Next week, they bounce back, beat down the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then Week 6 is the game that I have circled. This Week 6 game is the Kansas City Chiefs. They are going down to Arrowhead, and the Kansas City Chiefs have not been undefeated at home for at least the last 7 years. I went back 7 years when we were looking at the AFC West, and I actually had the Chiefs going 8-0 at home, and then I looked back, and I was like, man, they have not been undefeated at home. The loudest stadium in America for 7 years. So this is the one game that they lose at home. The Buffalo Bills come into Arrowhead, and they do not need 12 seconds. They do not need overtime. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs handily. They might even sit the starters fourth quarter. Josh Allen may not play the whole fourth quarter. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to just shit the bed in this game. They are going to lose this game 40-20. The Buffalo Bills, man, they're going to be the best team in the NFL, like at this point. Week 8, they welcomed the Packers into town. They beat them down too. You guys are going to sit here week 8, or be going into week 9. Wyatt is going to be here in his Packers jersey and literally wiping his tears because the Buffalo Bills beat them down so freaking bad. But then we start looking ahead. Jets, that's a win. Vikings, that is a win. Browns, that is a win. Then we flash to week 12, Thanksgiving Day. Okay, Thanksgiving Day. The Buffalo Bills travel to Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are going to be a sneaky good team. It is always hard to play on Thanksgiving, especially the 11 o'clock game. Most people are still trying to figure out if they're going to sleep in or wake up and watch the game, right? The hell, the players have probably been there since 6 o'clock. They're pissed off because they're not eating turkey with their family, watching games, whatever. Buffalo Bills lose Thanksgiving Day to the Detroit Lions. Then they play the next Thursday versus the New England Patriots at Foxborough. So historically, guys, on Thursday night games, the road team shits the bed on those Thursday night games. However, it is a week off. It's just like a regular week. The Buffalo Bills beat the Patriots come week 13. Week 14, they beat the Jets. Week 15, they beat the sinking ships in the Miami Dolphins. Week 16, they lose to the Chicago Bears. The first Saturday game of the season, they lose to the Chicago Bears. Sorry, man. That's just the way it is. Week 17, they beat the Bengals. And then week 18, I have not picked this game yet because I don't know. So right now, I have them at 12-4. 12-4. The reason why I have not picked this game yet, because I don't know if the Buffalo Bills are going to have to play this game or not. But with that being said, I got to pick the New England Patriots to win this final game because I don't think the Buffalo Bills are going to have to play this game. So with that being said, I do have the Buffalo Bills going 12-5 this season. I do have them winning the AFC East. I don't think any other team really has a shot at it. Maybe the Jets, maybe. But yeah, 12-5. So Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, probably going to be the league MVP this year. Long shot. Lead MVP. Anyways, my man Trent Mason dropped a $4.99 super chat. Thank you for that super chat, Trent. He says, "What do you think, or who do you think starts for Seattle week 1?" Who do you think starts for Seattle week 1? So right now they have several quarterbacks on the roster. They have Geno Smith, they have Drew Lock, and Jacob Easton. Okay. Now we have heard Pete Carroll come out and say that they are not going to trade for a quarterback this offseason, right? They're not going to trade for a quarterback. However, Baker Mayfield is going to be cut within, I believe, let's say early June, when like OTAs start up and people start to get injured and like all that stuff. Baker Mayfield has no trade value whatsoever. The Houston Texans offered a 7th round pick and the Browns said no. So that tells you that there's no trade value right now for Baker Mayfield. He is going to end up getting cut. At that particular time, I feel that the Seattle Seahawks will make a push to get Baker Mayfield on their team. With that being said, Jacob Eason probably finds his way out, and you have 3 quarterbacks on that Seattle Seahawks that have had starter experience. Drew Lock, Geno Smith with the Jets, Drew Lock obviously with the Broncos, and then Baker Mayfield obviously with the Cleveland Browns. There was only one quarterback on there that was a number 1 overall pick. There was only one quarterback on that roster that has that has been to the playoffs, right? I mean, obviously Geno Smith as a backup, but I'm referring to Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield starts for Seattle week 1, and with Baker Mayfield at the helm, I do have Seattle Seahawks getting 10 wins. Now, with that being said, we did break down the NFC West on Monday. And what do I have them at? I have them at like 5 wins right now, which that's not right. For some reason, it didn't fully save. So it has that 5 and 7. But I think I had them at 8-9 or 9-8. So that is with Drew Lock starting week 1. So if they don't pick up Baker Mayfield, which I think they will, Baker will start if they get him. If they don't, let me waffle around. They're going to start Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock is their guy. He has the most upside. We've seen Geno Smith as a starter, not very good. He's been a backup in the league for 4 years. He's aging. Drew Lock is still pretty young. Still have a chance to build around him. Still got DK, still got my man Tyler Lockett from K-State. You got Chris Carson. The defense is suspect. So you have time to build around Drew Lock if you want to. So I think Drew Lock is the correct answer if they don't get Baker Mayfield. Trent, hopefully that answered that question for you, and definitely thank you for that super chat, man. All right, so moving on to the next team here in the AFC East. That is the infamous New England Patriots. The Patriots are a team that made it to the playoffs last year. Basically did not think they were going to make it to the playoffs, right? Many people are kind of like, this is kind of a rebuild mode. This is kind of them tanking, right? Yada, yada, yada. But with that being said, they made the playoffs. Mac Jones looked pretty damn good. And I think the Patriots are going to win quite a few games this season. Already week 14, I do have them going to Arizona on Monday night and beating the Arizona Cardinals. I do have them beating the Cincinnati Bengals week 6. I do have them sweeping the Miami Dolphins. As you guys can tell, I am not high on the Miami Dolphins whatsoever. So right now, to start the season, I have them going 500 until week 9. So I have them beating the Dolphins week 1, losing to the Steelers, beating the Ravens, losing to the Packers, losing to the Detroit Lions, losing to the Browns, beating the Bears, and then losing to the Jets. So right there, they are sitting about 3-5, kind of at that make or break point, right? Week 9 is the game that I have circled. This is a game that is a very pivotal point for them moving forward in the season. This is either going to make or break this season. This week 9 game going into the bye week versus the Indianapolis Colts. They are at home. Matt Ryan wants revenge versus the Patriots, right? Hell, they gave up that 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, and Matt Ryan hasn't been the same since, right? Well, guess what? Bad juju travels from Atlanta to Indianapolis to Foxborough, right? The Indianapolis Colts do lose this game versus the Patriots in week 9, and that catapults them into a winning season going into the bye week. So week 11, I had them beating the Jets. Week 12, I actually had them losing to the Vikings. That is a Thursday night game. As you guys know, I'm not very high on Thursday night games with the road team, right? I believe this is a Thanksgiving game. And then obviously week 13, the Buffalo Bills beat them. They do beat the Arizona Cardinals. Week 15 is their last loss of the season. That they lose to the Las Vegas Raiders at Vegas, and then they finish out the season with the Bengals, Dolphins, and Buffalo Bills. They will win those last 3 games of the season and possibly getting them into the playoffs. I have them at 9-8, finishing the season with 3 wins. And as you guys know, when a team gets hot at the right point, they do dangerous things in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs. Last year, the Cincinnati Bengals, they were 10-7, right? Not a very good regular season game or regular season record. They're kind of that mediocre point, but they got hot at the right time and they made that Super Bowl push, right? Now, with that being said, when you win 3 games to end the season over the Super Bowl runners-up, a division foe in Miami, that many people are hyped up on this Miami chain, and then the Buffalo Bills that are going to win the AFC East. Guys, look out for the Patriots in the playoffs. This is a team that you do not want to let them in the playoffs. If you let the Patriots in the playoffs, they are going to go to the Super Bowl. Let me say that for the people in back. Alpha Rob, you got your ears open, man. If the Patriots make the make the playoffs at 9-8, they are going to go to the Super Bowl. Do I need to say that for you guys one more time? The Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl with this 9-8 record. If they make the playoffs at 9-8, they are going to the Super Bowl. Mac Jones is going to be a second-year quarterback in the Super Bowl playing against NFC team. Is not going to be the Packers. You know who it's going to be? The Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you guys, watch out. Do not let the Patriots in with this 9-8 record. They will do some damage. Moving on. Next team up, the New York Football Jets. The Jets were abysmal last year, guys. They were terrible. And their schedule to start the season isn't very favorable for them. They are at home versus the Ravens week 1. The Ravens win that game. Week 2, they travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns. They lose that game. Week 3 is the game that I have circled. This is, like I said, every team has this game. Every good team has this game where they just forget to show up. They're overlooking said team, and I actually had the Bengals going 0-4 versus the AFC East this season. Week 3, the Bengals lose to the Jets. The Jets kind of flex on them. This is kind of like the coming out party for Zach Wilson. People are like, oh, maybe Zach Wilson will be most improved player. Yada, 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 right? Hold my beer, boys. They go on a tear where they lose to the Miami Dolphins. They lose to the Packers. They lose to the Broncos. Then they lose to the Patriots. Then they lose to the Buffalo Bills. And then they lose to the Patriots again. And their next win comes Week 12 versus the Chicago Bears. That's going to be a hell of a barn burner game. There are 2 barn burner games here on the Jets schedule. The Bears, Week 12, and then Week 16, Trevor Lawrence comes to town. Wow. That's fantastic. So after they beat the Bears, I had them losing to the Vikings, losing to the Buffalo Bills, losing to the Detroit Lions. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The Lions are going to be sneaky good this season. But however, just like the Patriots, I had them win the final 3 games of the season over the Jaguars, over the Seahawks, and they traveled to Miami, and they beat that overrated Miami defense, or the overrated Miami Dolphins, I should say. So I do have the New York Jets finishing 6-11 this season. And unfortunately, guys, they're going to be last in the AFC East. So sorry, Jets fans. You guys are much improved. 6 is a good number. You know what? You almost tripled the win total from last season. Zach Wilson, maybe Torrey can be. Zach is not trash type of thing yet. I don't know. But unfortunately, last in the division. Alpha Rob says the Patriots do not have enough firepower on offense. You are right, Alpha Rob. However, do you remember when Luke G was on about a month ago? And he threw out some stats when, basically when a team rushes for over 100 yards, they have an 800 winning percentage in the playoffs. You don't need firepower in the playoffs. You need a good running game with a good defense. What do the Patriots have? They have a pretty damn good defense with a pretty good nickel and dime offense. They're going to run the ball and dump it off to Hunter Henry for a 5-yard out. That's what they're going to do. They're going to keep those high-powered offenses, i.e. the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs. You can maybe throw the Browns in there, right? They are going to keep those high-flying offenses off of the field with the nickel and diming package that they have, and their defense can get a couple 3-and-outs, and bada bing, bada boom, it's halftime. We could easily see, if the Patriots make it to the playoffs at this 9-8 record, they are going to win a lot of games on the defensive side of the ball. They are going to fight fire with fire. They are going to keep your offense off of the field. They are going to run 50 plays to your 25. You are going to maybe get 3 possessions the whole game. I mean, that's kind of exaggerated. So let's say 5 possessions the whole game. So a whole 60 minutes, you might see the ball for maybe 5 series. So if you are scoring on 75% of your series, the most points you can score is 21 points. So really, realistically, we're probably looking at 17-point average, right? 2 touchdowns and a field goal type of thing on those 5 possessions. So the Patriots just need to score more than 17 points a game, and I think they can. Alpha Rob said they tried that last year, and the game was over in the second quarter. However, Alpha Rob, what did they do to that Monday night game on you guys? The playoffs, yes, the playoffs. You guys played ecstatic. You guys played great, right? Because they literally came with the same game plan that they did with you on Monday night, and they beat your butt on Monday night, right? But they ran the ball 95% of the time or something like that. Something crazy. Mac Jones had 3 passes, right? They tried to do that same thing. Your defense was prepared for it. So, yeah, I believe Mac Jones threw 2 interceptions in the first half, I think it was. So, I mean, that kind of wraps it up right then and there. So, I mean, but yeah, I feel that they will perfect that game plan. A little bit of wrinkle here, a little bit of wrinkle here. What does Bill Belichick do the best? When he plays a team in the AFC that he knows he is going to play in the playoffs, he will give you a very vanilla defense, a very vanilla offense. Last season, I feel that Bill Belichick knew he wasn't going to. He felt they weren't going to make the playoffs, so he gave you guys the game plan that he would have played with you in the playoffs. If he would have gave you guys a vanilla game plan on that Monday night game, just vanilla defense, vanilla offense, and then he came with that Monday night game plan and the playoffs, you guys would have said this guy's a freaking genius. I'm just saying it is. Alpha Rob says the Monday night game, Knox and Diggs touchdown passes. Okay. I'm not quite following that. I don't remember that one. So Knox and Diggs both had touchdown passes in that game because what the final score was 28-14 of that game. I can't remember for sure, but it was pretty low scoring game, right? So let's say you only scored 14 points. Well, that's exactly where the Patriots want you. They want you 17 points and under, and they're going to win a lot of games. They'll win all their games and the playoffs if they keep you under 17 points. Don't shoot the messenger, Rob. I'm just saying. Last team, guys, in the AFC East that we are breaking down, the Miami Dolphins. They obviously had a great offseason. They picked up Tyreek Hill. They picked up Sony Michel to add a seventh running back to their depth chart there. They still have Tua. They still have Jalen Waddle, which is he's going to be pretty good once Tua is out of Miami. They have a brand new head coach. So do they have more success? Many people have Super Bowl aspirations for this team. But, man, sorry, Miami Dolphins fans. I'm not quite buying it here. So I am looking at their schedule here. In week 1, you guys open up with the New England Patriots. I obviously have the Patriots winning that game. Week 2, you travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. I do have you guys beating the Ravens. This is a game of who cannot turn the ball over more, and I think Lamar Jackson does turn the ball over a lot. And then week 3, Buffalo comes into town. Buffalo waxes that ass just like I just said. So we are looking at their schedule moving forward. You have losses versus the Bengals. You do beat the Jets. You do beat the Vikings. Then you have losses. You have 6 straight losses here versus the Steelers, versus the Lions, versus the Bears. The Browns come into town and whoop that ass. This is Deshaun Watson's coming out party. We go into a bye week here. We are looking at a quarterback controversy. They're saying put Skylar Thompson in, and as soon as word comes out, I'm buying that Skylar Thompson jersey and throwing it on. You lose to the Houston Texans. You lose to the 49ers. You lose to the Chargers. You lose to the Buffalo Bills. You lose to the Packers. You do beat the Patriots to the week 17 to end the year. You lose to the Jets. So I had the Miami Dolphins going 3-14 this season. 3-14. You added all this, quote, firepower. You added the top 5 receiver in Tyreek Hill. You added all these running backs. You hired a new coach. It doesn't change the fortune in Miami. With Tua as your quarterback, the most you guys can ever win is 7 games. That is the absolute most. And if I were to flip around 4 games here to give you guys those 7 wins, it would be wins over the. No, I would say the Bears, but you're at Soldier Field. That's not going to happen. Let's throw the Houston Texans. Let's say Houston Texans come in and they shit the bed. I don't think they will. I think the Houston Texans are a 500 team this season. I think Davis Mills is the guy. That is the only swing game that I really see for you guys. And I guess week 18 versus the Jets, that still only gives you 5 wins on the season. So basically, for every draft pick you gave up for Tyreek Hill, that is 1 win. Congratulations. Another wasted season in Miami. Tua is not the guy in Miami. You will find that out quickly when you start the season off 3-3, and then you go on a 5-game losing streak, 6-game losing streak. Week 11, we are going to see a quarterback change in Miami. Tua will be out. I don't know who the backup is right now. I think it's Jacoby Brissett went. Jacoby. Where did Jacoby Brissett go? Did he go to this? No, he went to Washington, right? Because Jacoby Brissett was there and he went somewhere else. So I don't even know who the backup quarterback is. I know Skylar Thompson was drafted in the 6th round, 5th round. He's probably your third string guy. If you guys want success, put Skylar Thompson in there. My man's from Kansas State. He's a dog. We all know that. But yeah, I do have the Miami Dolphins finishing 3-14 this season, 1-5 in the division, 1-7 at home, 2-7 on the road, 0-11 versus winning teams. 0-11 versus winning teams. Ouch. Last in the division, behind the Jets, behind the Patriots, and winning division is the Buffalo Bills at 12-5. So back to the chat here. Alpha Rob says that no, Knox and Diggs dropped 2 touchdown passes. You are correct. That game is starting to replay in my mind. And if I remember right, freaking Knox was wide open, right? In the back of the end zone running down. Yeah, he was wide open. But anyways, Trent Mason says, I don't think Tua will be able to deliver the ball to Hill like Mahomes did. You are absolutely right, Trent. Earlier in the show, I said that Tyreek Hill was a top 5 receiver because of Patrick Mahomes. And when we look at these receivers that have switched teams, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Hollywood Brown, right? The only person that might do better is Hollywood Brown because he actually has a quarterback that can produce the ball better than Lamar Jackson. But these receivers were great because the quarterbacks made them great. Why was Wes Welker so good in New England but sucked in Denver? Because of Tom Brady. Tom Brady threw him open. Tua cannot throw guys open. Why is Aaron Rodgers so great? Every receiver that goes there seems to do well. Devontae Adams, Jordan Nelson, right? The list goes. Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is a perfect example. Yes, he is old and crippled and can barely get out of bed. But when Randall Cobb was drafted, he went to the Packers and he was damn good because Aaron Rodgers threw him open. He signed a big deal to go to Houston, wasn't it? Was Houston his first team? Or no, it was the Cowboys. It was the Cowboys, then Houston, then back to the Packers, right? Why was he so crappy in Dallas? Because they didn't have a quarterback that could throw him open. Why was he terrible in Houston? Because they didn't have a quarterback that could throw him open. Yes, at that particular time. Shoot, at that time, they had Deshaun Watson, and they had probably one of the best receiving corps out there on paper. They had Hopkins, they had Cobb, right? They had a lot of good players on that team, and he just wasn't very good. Now he goes back to Green Bay, and he has a resurgence because quarterback can throw him open. Tyreek Hill will not even be a top 10 receiver this season because Tua cannot throw him open. That is not a hot take. That is facts. The facts are that Tua does not have the arm strength that Patrick Mahomes does. What made Tyreek Hill so great? The 27 move routes. Patrick Mahomes being able to extend the play with his legs while looking down the field and with a flick of the wrist throwing it for 65 yards and let Tyreek Hill run under it. Unfortunately, Tua can't do that and is going to suffer for the Miami Dolphins this particular season. I have been going 3-14. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for tonight. I do have a couple minutes before we head out. If you guys haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. We do upload clips, and we're live at least once a day. Once I go back to nights, it'll be morning and the nights again. So for sure, 8 p.m. East Coast time, guys. We will be live every Monday through Thursday right here. And when I'm working nights, it'll be Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. with my man Wyatt Williams. So if you guys be most inclined, share this, like it. Head over to manoutradio.com. Check out the tumblers, man. I do got the new black ones with the new logo. It holds 24 ounces, guys. That's 2 beers. The wife will never know. Man Hour Nation, rise up.